Welcome to Compilation Celebration 11. It helps to question everything. If you like debunking videos, please subscribe, like it, and share it. Thank you. Episode 101. Is this a shadow person? On the left side, we will suddenly see a figure faintly appear in front of the camera. Is it a ghost? Is it a shadow person? Is it demonic or dangerous? Or is it simply a crappy camera? Did you know that video footage cannot be altered for evidence in a court of law? So this evidence of the paranormal is inadmissible. What caused this freaky shadow? Suddenly on the right-hand side, we will see a shadow crossing in front of that door. Is it a shadow person? Is it a ghost? Is this building haunted? In spite of the fact that this is the Conjuring house, this just looks like somebody outside crossed in front of the window in that room. That is not paranormal to me. That is just how light and shadows work. Who or what closed that door? Suddenly the door closes, seemingly by itself. Is this a demon? A poltergeist? A ghost? A haunting? Is this gravity? A vibration? A crosswind? The air conditioning unit? Or the heating unit? An air vent? Is it staged? Is it a prank? Was a string used or someone off camera? The dog huffed and puffed and blew the door closed. An Olympic-level panter. What is causing this distortion? As we look into these woods, we will suddenly see the trees right there become distorted, as if something that's transparent is walking in front of them. Is it living or dead? Is it human or nature? Is it an atmospheric issue? Is there a small creek or water source that's right there that's causing this type of a distortion? It's almost like a vertical heat wave. Is it CG? Is it an editing trick? Maybe it's a leprechaun looking for his rainbow. Is this a poltergeist? Suddenly we will start seeing objects move in this room. Is it a poltergeist? Is it a ghost? Is it a haunting? Is it demonic? Is it dangerous? Is it gravity? Vibration? Is it atmospheric? Is it staged? Is it a prank? Are strings being used? Is it some form of CG or video animation? Is it safe or is it threatening? This is what I would want to do if I were a ghost. I would want to be in an environment like this where I can move objects just out of sheer boredom. I wouldn't want to do it to scare people. I would just be so bored. And can you imagine not having anything to do for all of eternity? That would be hell to me. Is this a shadow figure? We will suddenly see a shadow figure in the center of our frame. The upper half looks like it's on the outside of the room, but the lower half looks like it's on the inside of the room. Is it a ghost? Is it dangerous? Demonic? Is it someone standing off camera in a doorway, backlit? What caused the curtains to suddenly move? Is there an air vent pointing at those curtains? Or did someone turn on a fan? I did a video how they fake it using shadows, and that video showed how distorted reflections and shadows can be. Right here, yeah, it looks like a person moved. With that movement right there, I think it is a human being standing off camera, just messing with lights and shadows. I think they had to move to reach the light to turn it off. I will say, if someone was outside of my house looking in my window like that, I would definitely have soiled underwear. They definitely get an A for creepy. Is this a ghost? As this person walks around this building, he points the camera into the windows and doors, and as he comes around the corner and points the camera into this room, it looks like there's somebody sitting there playing on that piano. Is this a ghost? Is it a living human being? Does it look like they turned and looked at us? Is this a museum? And is that a mannequin? Is it staged? Is it a hoax? Is it a prank? If a person wants to play butt naked in the dark in the privacy of their own home, that's their prerogative. What is this reflection? As the elevator doors open, we suddenly see a demonic figure in the reflection of the door. Is the child possessed? Is this an attempt to possess the child? Or is this simply some type of oil residue on this door? A stain that morphs when it's closing on a reflective surface? Is it CG? Is it an editing trick? Is it a camera light shadow issue? Is it a hoax? Is it a prank? Did somebody just hold up a transparent film behind the camera? I would definitely do what this little kid did and just bounce out of this elevator in a real big hurry. That is definitely creepy. Why did these objects move? Suddenly the bathroom drawer will just open up, seemingly by itself, and then the bathroom door will suddenly close. Okay, so the way that I would recreate this is I'd stand behind the door and I would open up that drawer with a string and then just close the door and open the door. Way too easy to recreate this one. But again, if I was a ghost, this is what I would want to do. Is just wander around, open things, close things, move things. Not to scare anybody, not to mess with anybody, but just because of boredom. Is this a cat that just manifested as a ghost? When we look at the couch, we do not see a cat there. We don't see anything. But after a couple of seconds, we start to see a shadow manifest on the couch. And then we fully see a cat. So is this simply the night vision on the camera not picking up the cat? But then when it turns from night vision into diurnal vision, we have a cat there. So, is this a camera issue, a camera glitch, or is this a cat that just manifested itself? I don't know if this is real or not, but I am fascinated by the fact that it took 20 seconds for that manifestation to occur. And I think that's what fascinates me the most about the paranormal is manifestations. Is provoking safe? This individual keeps provoking this spirit. First the door opens, and then we can see beyond the door a light keeps turning on and off. And the person is mocking this behavior and keeps saying things like, "Is that all you got? Is that all you got? Just a door opening and lights turning on and off? Is that all you got?" Well, no, it has more. And it just tossed something. But that's not the end because he keeps provoking. The camera has been moved and we see more things tossed. And then on the lower left corner, we will suddenly see a head pop in through that doorway. And something knocked down. I personally don't like provoking whatsoever. Because we know how dangerous provoking is with the living. So why would you tempt something that you can't tackle, you can't hit, you can't hurt? Why would you do that? Now, having said that, I'm pretty sure this is all staged. I don't think this is real whatsoever. I think there's just a second person involved in this. It makes it creepy, it makes it scary, but it's also easy to recreate. This is just one of those, hey, I want a viral video things. And before we get into the last clip, please subscribe. If you enjoy this content, please take a second to hit the like button. Is this a shadow person? As these individuals are walking in this abandoned building, we will suddenly see a shadow person walk across the hallway. The hallway behind it is so dark that you almost can't see it, but once we zoom in and look at it more closely, we can see it walk from one doorway all the way across to the other doorway. Could it be a hoax, a prank? Could it be CG or an editing effect? I could see how this could be recreated, but I think this one might be real. Let me know in the comments below what you think on this one. Episode 102. Is this chair possessed? This child is playing with this puppy and then suddenly sees this chair just start rocking on its own. The original video of this has someone screaming so loud for almost the entire duration. And of course, misery loves company, so I'm going to let you hear it. But in the meantime, it's very easy to use a string or someone off camera to rock the chair. Turn your volume down. I hope you turn the volume down so the cops aren't being called on you. They should clip that scream and send it to the movies and make money on it. Is this a demon? Somewhere in Florida, there's a hissing sound, and when they shine the camera into the drain gutter, they see the demon making the noise. Another thing that's been passed off as a cryptid when obviously it's an alligator. This is such a common occurrence in Florida where people will walk outside and suddenly see an alligator. It's kind of like that video that went viral where this couple was getting married and in the background you could see the tornado. There are just places on Earth where it's natural and normal to see things like this. Whether it's a kangaroo in Australia, northern lights in Alaska, the meteorites falling in Russia or Siberia. It doesn't make these things cryptid or paranormal. And since I've never seen an alligator in person, I would get my video camera out and videotape it as well. Is this a shadow person? As the camera pans to the left, we will suddenly see what looks like a shadow person in that window or doorway. Either they're really good with camera operations or they did not see that because they never stopped panning the camera around. A lot of times when people try to sell you something, they'll stop the camera right on it for a pause and then move on. But in this case, they kind of just kept moving the camera. I know this could be easily recreated by just having somebody dress in a costume. And I know someone could be playing a hoax on them. But I think this one might be real. And if it is staged, they did a really great job. What is this creepy glow? In the middle of this path, we will suddenly see the lights glow in an odd manner. Is the distortion caused by a ghost? By an angel? By a demon? I'm sure it's distortion caused by the rain being pushed by a breeze or wind. It could also be part of humidity that causes that type of a glow. Cameras are just always so sensitive to light and angle. I would not be afraid of this glow. Now, what I am afraid of is the ghost that turned off that first light. That one is definitely demonic. Those are solar panel lights, and the one closest to the house is in the shade too much. That's why it's not on. Because I have that exact same problem with mine. These lights should not need sunlight 24/7 to work. But if they are in the shade for 3 hours a day, they won't work. And the manufacturers might be demonic. Is this a night crawler? In the distance, the camera will focus on something that looks like a night crawler. I just talked about this quite a bit in my Celebrating 100 analyst video and how they don't quite have it right, but this is doing a lot better than the one that I debunked. It does look like it's walking and not gliding like the other one did. One of the things that I noticed about this creature in the videos that have not been debunked is that it's at night, but it's also around trees and there's no rain. So I wonder if this is an alien species and there's something in the trees that it needs to survive on Earth. We know that trees produce oxygen and humans need oxygen. Does this creature need oxygen too? Is this a cryptid? It took me 4 times to spell that word correctly. First I forgot the P and then I wiped out the T. Nothing like having rhyming spelling errors. When I first saw this, I thought for sure this is just a plastic bag floating in the ocean, no big deal. But then I continued to watch this, and I thought, well, maybe it's not a plastic bag. Maybe it's some type of marine life organism that's associated with the jellyfish family. And apparently it is a marine life organism, and you can see the veins in it. And then when it turns over in such a weird way, I think somebody blew on it like an idiot. See how it got ruffled there? Yeah, I think they're just messing with the wildlife. But at any rate, You can see this weird attachment thing. And at first I thought it was one of those sucker fishes, but I don't think it's that either. So I think that's just a new marine life that they found. These are some pictures of some other odd looking marine life, and they've discovered like 400 species in the past decade. Some of them you can see are camouflaged, and then some of them just look absolutely cartoonish and just crack you up, like this one. And for whatever reason, I hate marine biology. I had to learn too many new words when I was in 5th grade, and I didn't want to learn all those new words that I couldn't pronounce, so I didn't like marine biology from that point on. Is this a peeping Tom or a ghost? This one happens really fast. First we look out this window and there's nothing to really pay attention to. But then he'll turn and quickly pan past this other window and see something peeking into it. But it happens so fast that I literally have to slow down the footage to show you what's there. Watch the left side of that window. At first I was thinking it might be a shadow from a tree or a bush, because we know this building is surrounded by trees based on the other window. It is interesting, but I feel like the footage might be too inconclusive to know for sure. Unless I could be there and look out that window and see where all the trees and bushes are, I probably would just rule this as inconclusive. Aw, this poor puppy is scared. So this dog is hearing something outside and barking at this window. And of course, with the intelligence of human beings, they assume it's paranormal instead of recognizing that dogs can hear higher frequencies up to 65,000 hertz, whereas human beings can only hear up to a frequency of 20,000 hertz. So instead of treating this situation like it's paranormal, the owner should look outside to see if they're about to be robbed. In this situation, I have a high lumina flashlight, and I will open up the window and put the flashlight up against the screen and use it like a spotlight to look outside. Is this a flying ghost? We will suddenly see a dark shape fly in front of the camera. This happens multiple times. Is it some sort of manifestation? Is it demonic? Is it a ghost? Is it dangerous? Yes, it actually is dangerous because it's a bat, and bats carry rabies. You even have to be careful about going into caves that are swarming with bats because their feces can cause you to become sick. Just breathing in that air can cause you to be sick. Bats are a good thing. They take out a lot of insects, and if we did not have bats, we would have a lot more problems. And if it's not a bat, then it's very bad CG with potentially too much motion blur. What is scaring this cat? So this cat is showing off its agility. When something will suddenly show up in front of the camera that catches the cat's attention too. A blue squiggly light flies towards the camera operator. Well, it's simple. This is one of those cat's lives. It's trying to remind the cat, hey, you've already lost one. You only have 8 more. Is this a ghost child? As this person is playing on a VR system, we will suddenly see a child appear. Is it a ghost, or is it living? Is it supposed to be in bed and it's past its bedtime? But the racket from elbows popping woke it up. Question is, was it woken up from sleep or woken up from death? I think the child is just wearing some type of fabric that is camouflaging with the background, so that's why it looks transparent. But the reality is the kid just wants to play. To humor myself, I speeded up the video just to see his hands fly even faster. My elbows hurt watching that. What is causing these objects to move? As these individuals explore this abandoned building, they will start to hear noises, and then they will also start to see some bars start to move. They look like fluorescent lights, but I don't know if that's what they are. But suddenly, it could just be a PVC pipe, a white pipe, but either way, it suddenly starts vibrating. Is it paranormal, or is it a poltergeist? Is there a vibration in the building? Is there a rodent in the wall? Well, we always hear about ghosts rattling the pipes, even if water pressure is typically the cause, and rodents are the other cause. Episode 103. A creepy dragon. I thought it was funny that these Komodo dragons were on a paranormal channel. I've seen documentaries about this dragon and even watched Steve Irwin lay down next to one of them. I think out of all the wild species on Earth, this species scares me the most. This is the one island on Earth that I never want to go to. However, I will say scientists are studying these guys, specifically their venom and their entire DNA, because they can bite each other and not die, but if they bite anything else, it'll die from the venom. And yes, they actually move very fast, even though they're huge 150-pound lizards. What wild animal are you afraid of? Let me know in the comments below. Is this object possessed? The can on the table will start to move, and then suddenly it will fall off onto the floor. What caused that can to move? Is it a poltergeist? A demon? A ghost? Is it a prank? Staged? Hoaxed? A string? Is it vibration from a plane or a train? I'm going to guess it's the dog's owner with a string in the kitchen. Because the dog's focus is not on the alleged paranormal activity, it's focused a different direction. That tells me it's not paranormal. What is this gigantic creature? We see this giant tree-like thing just walking. What in the world is it? If this thing was real, there would be more videos, there would be national and international news on it. I feel like this is some sort of movie, independent film, CG, whatever. But I also know if I saw something like this, I would be packing up as quickly as possible and getting as far away from that thing as possible. I also feel if this is real, every step it takes, it would be large enough and heavy enough to cause vibration in the ground, which should cause a vibration in the camera. I appreciate the attempt, but wow. What is spooking this dog? We see this dog in this other room, and it's kind of acting strange, like there's something in that room that's upsetting it. So the dog really doesn't want to go into this room. It's just being startled by something. One of the things that they've done with this video is they're using video effects that's creating these different lights that will bounce around the screen. I don't know if they're doing that to try and convince us that there's paranormal, but those are video effects. I actually have them with my video software. Even the camera glitches that they're using, that's a video effect too. I do believe there's something in this room upsetting this dog, but we don't know if there's a human being in there that's just playing with them or have taught them to do that. And yet, at the same time, I do believe that would be a dog's reaction if there was some type of threatening paranormal activity. Is this a shadow person? As you keep an eye on that doorway, on the left side of the doorway, we will suddenly see a shadow person peek around the corner. Is it a shadow person? Is it demonic? Is it a hoax or staged? It's darker than dark and blacker than black. But what is it? Is it dangerous? It didn't attack. This is one of those where I'm on the fence. I imagine shadow people to look like this, but I don't know if it's someone in a costume. Is this cat chasing a ghost? We will suddenly see this cat seemingly chase something. What does it see? What is it chasing? Again, they've used video effects that are causing the screen to have all those different lights that pop up. It just changes the quality of the picture. It also gives it that yellow hue. Maybe if they left it alone, we would actually see the bug the cat is chasing, or the laser pointer. And yes, I have used a pointer with my cats on the wall, and they do jump up on the wall like that. Around 6, 7, 8 years old, they'll stop doing these type of jumps, because senior citizen starts at 8 for a cat. What is this hooded figure? This individual hears something in the basement. He hears a woman crying as he comes down the steps, and that startles him. The light won't turn on, so that's creeping him out, but he keeps slowly moving down the stairs. And as he gets to the bottom and he turns the corner, we see a hooded figure. He runs back upstairs. Is this demonic? Is it a shadow person? Is it a hoax? Is it a prank? Is it staged? Is it someone in a costume? Is it CG? Is it an optical illusion? Is it dangerous? How would you react? Because for me, it doesn't matter if it's paranormal or not. I would be worried about getting back up the stairs with slipping on my own doo-doo. Is a ghost chasing these dogs? All of a sudden, we will see a whitish floating object come right at the dogs. What was that? Due to the fact that the dogs actually reacted, I don't think that's CG, but at the same time it kind of floats like a video effect. So was it something else off frame, or was there a color match that wiped out whatever actually did spook these dogs? My instinct tells me that that thing is a video effect or CG. But the dog's reaction is real, but I think what spooked them is off camera. What do you think on this one? Let me know in the comments below. Is this a poltergeist? This person starts walking over into this other room when suddenly they hear a noise behind them. The light on the ceiling is moving and the light in the other room turns off. Ceiling light continues to sway while the bathroom light or that other room light turns off and on. Is this a prank? Staged? A hoax? Or is this paranormal? My rule of thumb is if there's too much activity, it's probably fake. Even though we don't see the kitchen drawer open or the kitchen cabinet open, they're presumed that those were opened by a ghost. It's just too much activity. Places that have this much activity would be abandoned, not lived in. Because this environment would just cause you to be so psychotic that you wouldn't be able to function. Which is why these type of locations that have a lot of paranormal activity are abandoned. So nice attempt at trying to create a scary movie or video or whatever, but yeah, it's not real. Even the shadow person is someone in a costume. Was this item pushed? I like this one because we have a faint shadowy person on the right, then something moves on the left. Did the shadow person reach through that window and push that object on that counter? The shadow and light continues on the right side, and the object on the counter continues to move. Is this a video effect or CG? Is it a string being used? I like this one because we can see the entire kitchen, so it's doubtful that a string is being used. So if this is a hoax, I'd like to know how they did it, because this one might be paranormal. What do you think on this one? Let me know in the comments below. What is this thing in the woods? As this couple is walking in the woods, they suddenly hear something, but then they see something moving in the woods. It's very transparent, but it's moving from right to left. Is it from the movie Predator? Is it a ghost? If you look closely, you can see the sharp edges, which tells me that this is basically a video overlay issue. It's really fascinating to see that they're attempting to do some interesting things, but that telltale of sharp edges and they're not getting the color matching perfect tells me that this is a hoax. It's all staged, fake. But I'll show you what I'm talking about with this image here. I've reduced the opacity and then animated it to slide in. I changed the color so it wouldn't stand out as much. So now you can see those sharp edges and what I was talking about. So going back to the original footage, if you look on the right and the left sides, you'll see the whole frame is moving. And that's just an editing trick. What is flying beside this plane? Suddenly we will see some type of a thing flying outside of this plane. It looks humanoid. But what is that? Is it an omen? Is this plane going to crash? Is it dangerous? Or is it simply CG? My guess is CG. But definitely creepy, and if I saw this, I would freak out. I would want that plane to land in a hurry, without crashing, of course. Episode 104. Is this a ghost dog? As we watch, we see one dog looking out a window, and yet there's still a dog there. Is it a ghost? Is it a demon dog? Really, they pass this off as paranormal. It's a stray dog, or a neighbor's dog, or somebody's dog that's come to visit your dog. Not a ghost. Is this a shadow person? We will suddenly see a person sitting at the back of that room. Did you see it? Is it a shadow person? Is it a living person? Is it an optical illusion? Is the footage too grainy to tell? I hope it is real, but I'm not convinced it's real. What is this creepy cryptid? As this camera is going around this room, I don't know why we're diminished to a small little circle, but that's all we're really being able to see. Clearly, is a small little circle. But when they move to the right, suddenly we will see a face and creature. I'm not an expert on primates, but I think this is a squirrel monkey, and they are often pets. And it's my understanding that if you want any type of primate as a pet, especially squirrel monkeys, they act like a 2-year-old for their entire lives. So it's a serious commitment to want one of these. I just don't know if they live in an area that squirrel monkeys can easily get into their homes, or if they forgot that they had a pet and they're sleepwalking. What scared this cat? So we have one cat in the lower left corner who just got startled and jumped away. And I'm not convinced the cat was scared by anything. This just looks like zoomies to me. Orange cats have a reputation of being odd. I've never owned one, so I can't comment on that. But the other cat is just cleaning themselves on that table, and they didn't react to anything, so I don't think there's anything there that's scaring cats. It's just zoomies. Is this a ghost? The security camera is pointing down this hallway. A door on the left will open, and a person will walk out and head away from the camera. And near that drinking fountain, we will suddenly see a white wispy thing. What is that? Is it a ghost? Is it dangerous? It keeps free floating throughout this hallway on the left side. Sometimes it's blending in with the floor, other times when it gets closer to the wall, it stands out more. It shows up periodically, and then it appears like it disappears. Well, I hate to break it to everybody, but it's a spider web. When that door opened, it created a vacuum that caused that web to move. She's standing there and walking and moving the air around that space, and it's going to move again, and it's simply because it's a spider web. No ghost, just a spider's home. You know that old saying where you hire a maid and she'll say, "But I don't do windows"? I wonder if school janitors are allowed to say, "But I don't do spider webs." Is this a poltergeist? As this couple gets ready for bed, I don't know why there's a camera in a bedroom. Well, I don't want to know why. But we're actually seeing this through a cell phone aimed at a monitor. It looked like there might be movement behind that bathroom door, but, we keep seeing this image and they're talking about something on the TV there. I don't know if this is a hotel or what, but it seems like the lights might be flickering, but then again it could be the image on the TV. And all of a sudden, the sheet just gets yanked off. They both jump out of bed. The guy goes over and looks to try and see what was going on. We have a cut in the footage. The lady falls. Don't know what's going on there. And we continue the saga of the poltergeist. So the couple run out of the bedroom, and then all of a sudden, the curtains start floating and moving around, seemingly by themselves. Is the window open? Is someone hiding on the other side of the bed and just used a string or reached over and moved those? The conclusion of the poltergeist activity. So now we're in the living room space, and we will see the couple come down the stairs and start to head in the direction of the front door. As they reach the door, all of a sudden, some stuff will start flying around in this room, and the guy is wobbling around like he is, struggling to get the door unlocked. She's falling down. More stuff is flying around. TV falls down. The man picks the woman up and gets her out of the building. But stuff continues to fly around in this room. So I don't know what this couple did to piss off this poltergeist, but it is still happening because now we'll see a pillow fly across the room. My rule of thumb is if there's too much activity, it's probably staged. I don't know if this is a movie. I don't know if this couple pissed somebody off and they're pranking them. I can't even say that the acting is good. But then again, how would any of us act if this was real? What twist did this head? As the camera is pointing at the child, the head behind her turns suddenly. I'm not exactly sure why a child has a wig and a headstand, but I'm drop kicking that thing. Yeah, I would be hired by professional soccer teams or professional football teams with drop kicking that thing so hard and so far to get it the heck away from me. I don't think I will ever need fake hair enough to put up with something like that. I would rather be bald than to put up with something turning like that. Now, I don't know if it's possessed. I don't know if it's a trick. Whatever. It's just creepy. What is moving this ceiling tile? As the camera is pointing at the ceiling, suddenly one of the tile starts to lift up. What just moved that tile? Is there an animal? Is this a prank? Trickery? Is there someone in an adjoining room that it lifted that tile? Most of these tiles are like made out of bone, so they're not strong enough to hold even a baby's weight. And if it's a wild animal or any type of animal, it has to be a very small animal, like something the size of a rat. Could there be some type of a vacuum or suction that's causing that? I'm not sure on this one. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Is this a poltergeist? Suddenly on our right side, clothes or something falls underneath that boxing bag. Is it a ghost that moved that? A poltergeist? A demon? The bag is slightly swaying, and then there's a ribbon or something at the top that is moving as if wind is blowing on it. Is this simply gravity, an air vent, a vibration from a plane, a train, or an earthquake that is moving that? Is it a combination of air vent and sloppy stacking of clothes? I'm not convinced this is paranormal. It could be though. Is a ghost scaring this kitten? So we have another orange cat. This one is playing with the ball. It's a little kitten. Because that ball, it's a critter that has to be caught and hunted and killed. But it's going to play with its food before it gets to that point. And of course, it knocked the ball under the dresser. The kitten suddenly jumps because something swung at it. What was that? It looks to me like the arm of another cat. So I think they may have another cat that's hiding under that dresser, and the second the kitten got close, he just kind of swiped at him like cats do. They claim they hear audio saying, "Leave me." but we can also sometimes hear what sounds like real words from our pets. You can literally go into YouTube and say, "Pet says word," and you'll see a bunch of cat and dog videos where it sounds like they're actually saying a word. Episode 105. Is this cabinet possessed? As the camera points into this one room, we will suddenly see that cabinet door open as if it's possessed. Did a ghost open it? Did a demon open it? Did a string open it? Is it staged? Is it a prank? Would you have run, or would you have stayed and investigated? Something was on top of the cabinet and fell off. If it was just the cabinet door opening, I might be able to investigate. But when something flies off towards me, I'm definitely going to run. Did a poltergeist cause this activity? Part of a ceiling lampshade falls off onto the floor. Did a ghost do this? A demon? A poltergeist? Or is it simply gravity, vibration from earthquakes or from trains or planes? Or was it simply poor installation? Could it have been a rodent who unscrewed it or loosened the net on that bolt? I don't think I can jump to the conclusion that this is paranormal, simply because that's what gravity does. What goes up may come down. Is this chair possessed? So the footage starts with looking at all these flies that are grouped together and then an upside down cross. And then it focuses in on a glider chair that appears to be rocking by itself. Did a cat or a dog just jump out of that chair? Was a string used to rock it? Is it staged? Is it a prank? I'm on the fence with this one. I can see how easily it is to fake it, but I can also see a ghost moving it. These type of chairs slide so easily that I don't think it would take much energy for a ghost to move it. What is this freaky figure doing? So we're driving on this dirt road, and in the distance we see a dark figure just standing at the side of the road. As they get closer, we see that it's sitting on a fence. And the vehicle gets closer to it and closer to it. And then we have a cut in the scene, and now it's standing on the fence, and then it jumps. Is it a shadow person? Is it a Sasquatch? Is it a human being in a costume? Is it staged? Is it a hoax? I'm thinking this is all staged. And it's simply a human being in a costume. What do you guys think on this one? Let me know in the comments below. Is this a shadow person? Oh my god, it's a silhouette of a person looking out a window. That must be paranormal. Ugh, head thunk. Although I have to say it almost looks like a cardboard cutout. Nothing screams paranormal to me. And another shadow person. Let's drive around at night and shine a camera into buildings only to see silhouette of people looking out of windows and doors. That could be the security guard. Why are you assuming that this is a problem? It could be a child playing peekaboo. Or whoever's looking out at you is thinking you're casing the joint. Again, silhouettes in windows don't make it paranormal. Seriously, people. Why are you passing stuff like this off as paranormal? I don't understand. Right now they're calling the cops because you're casing the joint. You are creeping them out, and they're not thinking you're a ghost. They're thinking you're armed and dangerous. Ooh, this is such a creepy head. So these individuals are going to climb up on the roof of this old building, and as they get closer to the doorway or a window, we will suddenly see a head pop out and look at them. They see that and they immediately jump away. And that's a good 10-12 foot jump. I hope those guys are alright. So is this a ghost? Is it staged? Is it a prank? It is definitely freaky, and I would have had the same reaction of jumping down even if I broke an ankle. That guy's so close that it looks like he's proposing to her. Instead of a shadow person, we have a shadow pianist. As they enter this room, at the back of the room, it looks like someone is sitting there playing the piano or organ. They run towards it, but as they get close, it appears to have disappeared. Or they're following it outside or into this other space, but it doesn't look like they ever catch up to it. So is this a hoax? Is it staged? Is it a movie? I feel like it's very easy to recreate this with someone in a costume and then they pretend to disappear, but in reality the camera just moves off them. They escape and probably went the other direction, but the shaking camera just causes us to believe that they're actually following it or trying to find it when it probably just went the other direction and is hiding off frame. So I think they were creating paranormal activity, not capturing paranormal activity. We will suddenly see a figure walking in the traffic. In the center of our screen, we see what looks like a hole or some type of a dip in the road. And on the left side of that, we will suddenly see a dark shadow that appears to be a humanoid figure walking in that road. Is it a human being walking? Is it a ghost? Is it a shadow person? Is it an optical illusion? Is it just a play on lights and shadow? But what caused that explosion just now? Is it a movie set? Or is it a terrorist? I'm not sure what exactly this is, but it does seem dangerous. And I feel like people just need to stay away from it and contact local authorities. I hope nobody was hurt. But the film keeps cutting in and cutting out, so it makes me wonder if this is just a movie set, something staged. Like the traffic is moving so slow. Why is the traffic moving so slow? Is it an underground explosion of utilities caused by sewage buildup? It definitely did a lot of damage, that's for sure. So I don't know any details on this, so I'm not sure exactly what it is. I don't think it's paranormal, obviously, but I know that some cities do have problems with their septic lines exploding, and they'll cause bursts like this, so I'm wondering if that's what's happening. If it's just the methane gas build up in sewage. That would also explain the slower traffic because they would probably hear the rumbling or feel the vibration in the ground. who or what is hiding in this closet. We will see the shadow of a human being peek around this door frame as if they're hiding or as if they're a shadow person stalking the living. Is it a ghost? Is it a shadow person? Is it demonic? Is it dangerous? Is it a hoax? Is it a prank? Is it a living person in a costume? It could be a shadow person, but it could also be staged. So I'm not sure on this one. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Is this poltergeist activity? It looks like we're looking at a warehouse or a garage, and suddenly things start moving around. It'll start on the right hand side, and then over on the left hand side we'll see that yellow object move. Now it sounds like he is doing some provoking, which is resulting in activity. But is this a poltergeist or a ghost? Or is it simply staged? Because my rule of thumb is, if there's too much activity, it's probably staged. And I did a video on how easy it is to fake paranormal activity with using string. What is this creepy creep? Initially, it creeps on 4, but then it crawls up the building as if it's a human. Who or what is that? Did the ghostly figure on the roof call to it as if it's a master? I don't know if this is for a movie and it's in a foreign language or what, but it's definitely creepy. But it's also definitely staged and they're in costumes. Now, having said that, if either one of these figures were anywhere near my house, I would be freaked out, without a doubt. I would also assume they were human, and that calling the cops would be the best option. So I wouldn't be calling the ghost hunters or the ghostbusters or anybody else. I would be calling the cops. You can shop at echopearlcreations.com, which is the official website for Paranormal True or False. You can go to producerjimriley.com to learn more about the man that makes all the music for this channel. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Remember to question everything. Thanks for watching Paranormal, True or False. Episode 106. Is this a poltergeist? Is this cart possessed? Or is it a poltergeist? Is it a mechanical malfunction? Is it rigged? I don't remember what these things are called, but basically it's a bicycle that is dragging this wagon or this cart. Typically there's not any mechanics other than the foot pedal, so I don't think it's an electrical malfunction. No one is inside of it. It's definitely dangerous. I mean, if something was motorized, I can understand this a little bit more, but I didn't think there was any motor with these things. At the same time, I'm not convinced it's paranormal, but it's definitely creepy and it's definitely dangerous. Is it possible it's a movie set? What are these eyes in the darkness? As the camera is pointing into this hole, we will suddenly see very faintly a couple of eyes looking back at us. I can't tell how large this hole is. There's no scale to it. If it's a large hole, then those eyes are separated quite far away from each other. But it just seems like an atypical animal to me. Either rescue it or leave it alone. Is this curtain possessed? As the camera gets pointed down this one hallway, we will suddenly see a black curtain or a dark colored curtain suddenly move, seemingly on its own. The camera is set on the floor to try and capture this activity. Is it simply a window that is open and the wind is blowing that curtain? Or is there something more sinister occurring? Is this a beginning of something more dangerous? Or is it staged, a hoax, a prank? Is an air vent causing this? My problem with this is it's so easy to recreate. It's very easy to stand on the outside of that window and use a stick, a broom, your arm, if you're tall enough or have long enough arms, to create this type of activity. Is someone trying to break in? If so, call for emergency personnel. Shut and lock the window. But no, I don't think this is paranormal. Is this a shadow person? As we look into the balcony of this theater, we will suddenly see a dark figure in the balcony section. Is it a shadow person? Is it an optical illusion? Is it staged? Is it a prank? Is it a hoax? If it's not an optical illusion or a hoax, there's a good chance this one is real. I just can't tell if there's one person there or two people there. It kind of looks like two shadow people, or a real person and a shadow person behind them. Definitely freaky. Is this a cryptid? What is this creature that's hiding in this brush? Is it a cryptid? Is it a mutation? Is it a disguise? Is it dangerous? Is it a new species? Is it in the same family as a badger, a mink, a wolverine? Or is it a primate? For whatever reason, this just seems like a real animal to me. Even if I don't know what it is, I feel like if I had a biology major or a zoology major, I would know what this animal is. But yeah, it's a weird looking animal, but I'm not convinced it's a cryptid. It just comes across to me like a wolverine. Even if it has more pointy ears than a wolverine, it's still in that ballpark, I think. What is this shadowy figure? As the camera points up towards this office building, we see a figure in one of the windows. Are they living or are they dead? I'm always amazed at what people think is paranormal. You have this occupied building, and oh no, people cannot possibly look out a window through the blinds, and it's the blinds down that causes the blurriness. And you think, oh, well, they disappear suddenly. They must be a ghost. The disappearance could be just the angle of the camera, and we don't know what type of blind is on the left-hand side there, to where it could be just a fully blocked out blind, or the window itself has a frosting on it that causes anything to disappear when it's on the other side of it. But jumping to conclusion it must be a ghost, I don't see it. Is this building haunted? As we watch the security camera pointing down this hallway, we'll see a gentleman picking items up, and then as he passes this one area, it suddenly looks like a door opens on its own. It causes him to look to figure out what's going on, and then he starts to go back to see what's going on with that door. Why did it suddenly open? It does look like he's not alone, and it does look like two doors opened. Is this building haunted? Is this a hoax or a prank? Or is this as simple as a vacuum? Did the other person open and close the door at the far end on the left that resulted in these two doors opening? Or is it simply a case of string being used? Was that what he was picking up off the ground? I'm not convinced this is paranormal. It could either be string or it could be a vacuum, but I'm not convinced it's paranormal. What is this ghostly figure? A stationary camera is pointed at this building. In the lower right-hand corner, we will suddenly see a ghostly figure. Is it someone simply moving behind the camera? And why did the camera suddenly lose focus? Is this staged or a prank? Or is it paranormal? This one is pretty interesting. Part of me thinks it's a shadow from someone behind the camera, but it's also unique enough that it could be real. What do you think on this one? Let me know in the comments below. What are these noises that we're hearing? You will hear sounds that sound like a door is opening and closing, and then suddenly you'll hear the person say hello, and then what sounds like somebody running up the stairs towards him. Normally, I don't like to analyze sounds because it's so easy to recreate with soundtracks, but this was creepy, so I thought I would go ahead and share this one with you.
Hello? Oh my god!
I'm not convinced it's real, but it's definitely creepy. Are they wearing the mask from Scream? We will see a dark, shadowy figure, but when it turns towards the camera, it almost looks like the white face mask from Scream. Is this staged? Is it a hoax? Is it a poor quality camera? Is it dangerous? Is it a balloon? I'm not convinced it's paranormal. Is this activity caused by a poltergeist? This is a paranormal investigator, and as you can see, this door on this cabinet keeps opening and closing. It might be a small refrigerator, but either way, it keeps opening and closing seemingly by itself. Is a string being used? Is the door just not latched and the floor is uneven and someone's walking and that's what's causing this to swing back and forth? This investigation continues in the next clip. Is this dress frame haunted? We will suddenly see this dress frame move towards the investigator. Is a string moving it? Or some demonic force? That's definitely creepy, just the way they have it dressed. Is he in danger? Is this demonic? Some sinister force? Or a desperate plea for help from beyond? I don't know if you ever saw the movie Silence of the Lamb, but it just reminds me of the line of, "It puts lotion on its skin." That's now my thought every time I see one of these dress frame things. It's definitely creepy, but is it real? Did he capture paranormal activity, or did he create paranormal activity? And what is the purpose for continuing to shine this light in this mirror? So the combination of the previous clip and this clip, it always just makes me suspicious of too much activity is typically staged. And yes, if something actually came up behind me, I would have freaked out too. I hope he wasn't hurt when he fell, and I hope he didn't break his equipment. But the mere fact that it keeps going towards him just makes me think it's staged, and a string is being used to pull it. Yeah, see, now we have this all rattling around. Yeah, you've just got too much paranormal activity, supposed paranormal activity, for me to be convinced any of it is real. Too many things can be recreated. Yeah. It's definitely a serious poltergeist if it is real. But when you think about the fact that the living have to have 1,500 calories a day for survival and to be appropriately nourished, what fuel do ghosts use? What fuel does poltergeist use? And can they really generate that much energy to interact with, the living world with all these objects? Because just moving that dress form around, it still would take calories from us to do that. It's definitely creepy, that's for sure. Episode 107. What is this ghostly figure? On the left-hand side, we see a ghostly figure that suddenly darts away. What is that thing? Is it a ghost? Is it dangerous? Is it a bug on the lens? Is it CG, AI? This one has me a little bit confused because whatever it is, it's on the other side of the glare. Are we looking at security footage that's being captured by a cell phone? And it's the cell phone that's causing the glare? My instinct is that this is a bug on the lens. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Is this a cryptid? In the center of the screen, we will suddenly see something that is moving around in the brush. Is it a cryptid? Is it an unknown species? Is it AI or CG? Is it Daffy Duck? Is it a platypus? Is it some other type of bird or wildlife? Is it sitting in a nest? And what light source is being used? It doesn't look like a flashlight. I honestly don't know on this one. But with it being outside, I have to assume it's wildlife. Is this a shadow person? At the end of the corridor, we will suddenly see a dark, shadowy figure. Is it dangerous? Is it demonic? Is it poor quality camera? Is it a living person in disguise? Is it the Grim Reaper? Because this is a hospital, I want this to be real, but I don't know if it is or not. We can tell by the people that are outside that it's not cold, so it would not warrant a cloak or a jacket. Could it be just a bad camera angle or bad lighting? The people that are looking at it are not afraid. So my guess is it's a living person in a costume and this is staged. What is this mysterious shadow? As this abandoned building is being explored, suddenly we see a shadowy figure in that doorway. What was that? So we'll slow it down and brighten it, and it looks like a shadowy figure. Is it demonic? Is it dangerous? Is it the Grim Reaper? Is it a prank? Is it a hoax? Is it staged? Is it AI? Is it CG? Is it a living person in a costume? At least with this one, they do freak out and run away from it. I just can't tell if it's real or not because of the quality of the footage. So I'm going to say inconclusive. Is this a witch? This family believes that this thing is a witch. It's incredibly difficult to even distinguish what this thing is, whether it's even human. They believe this witch turned off the lights, and all I see is a black blob. It almost looks like it's like some sort of CG or editing trick, like black smoke. It's like they cut it before it dissipates. They don't freak out at the sight of it, they freak out when the lights turn off. There's really frightened children in this footage, so I'm not showing all of it. And I have to just wonder if this is a parenting trick of You better behave and you better do as we say, otherwise the witch will get you. Is this a witch on a broom? We will suddenly see something fly in front of that light. What is this thing? Is it a witch on a broom? Is it magic or a magical creature? Is it a large bat or bird? I think it's an owl. Maybe a darker colored owl, but still an owl. Even though it doesn't completely look like a bird, when you actually freeze the frame, you can kind of see that that's a winged creature. So, and with it being nocturnal, I think it's an owl. The speed and the downward motion just makes me think it's on the attack. Sighted its prey. Is this door possessed? Suddenly this door opens, seemingly by itself. Is it possessed? Did a ghost open it? Did a vacuum open it? Did a string open it? Did a living person open it? Is the door not level and it just naturally swings open? I'm not convinced this one's paranormal. What is this creepy figure? We will suddenly see something in that doorway. Initially it looks like nothing's there, but then in a few minutes we'll move the camera angle and suddenly it will look like there's a leg dangling in front of that doorway. Is it an optical illusion caused by something closer to the camera? Or is there a figure standing there? It is creepy, but the fact that it disappears when the camera angle changes causes me to think that there's a board up against the wall, and when they move out into the center of the room, away from that wall, that causes that item to disappear. So I'm not convinced it's paranormal. I think it's optical illusion. Is this a poltergeist causing all this chaos? We see what looked like some type of shadow or something fall from the ceiling down while that guy's live streaming. Then we see an upside down bicycle helmet rolling and rocking around. Is this a poltergeist? Now he's flashing on and off the light, and suddenly we see a shadow. The first clip just looks like something fell. It could be a case of vibrations or a string or something that caused that item to fall. I don't even know what it was. It appears this bicycle helmet is up on a shelf, but again, a string could have been used, or very quickly someone could have just spun it with a hand off camera and then watch as it rocks and rolls after that. This could just be a camera glitch caused by light and shadow where he keeps flicking on and off the light. So I'm not sure how much he's creating versus how much is really paranormal. Is this a shadow person? When the lights turn off, we will suddenly see a shadow person. But is it a shadow person? Or is it a hoax? Is it dangerous? Or is it staged? Is it a camera glitch? Or is it something else? I feel like this might be pretty easy to recreate, of having one person turning off the light, or there's a light switch on the other side of that wall, and then just, putting on a cloak or something, or a veil, and just walking into the room. I'm not convinced this one's real. Well, this is freaky. As the camera points towards the closet, we have that optical illusion, which is not the issue. But when they open up the closet door, something is suddenly thrown out of the closet onto the floor. Could there be a cat that just swatted that object out of the closet? Could there be a person hiding in the closet, playing a prank or hoax? I have to say it is creepy enough to possibly be paranormal. What is this hand reaching for? It appears that this is a storage closet underneath staircases. It's full of trash, but it also looks like there's a hand in that trash, reaching out. Is it dangerous? Is it part of a ghost? Is it a trick or a hoax? Is it one of those Halloween baskets that has the hand reaching out? I'm not convinced it's really paranormal, but it is freaky, that's for sure. Both the cat and the kid see it, so it's really there, but I think it's too easy to fake. Episode 108. Is this a possession or a poltergeist? What's causing this glass to move? Is there some type of vibration? Is a string being used? Is it staged or a hoax, a prank? Or is it a possession, a haunting, a poltergeist? Is this a sign of danger to come? Or is this AI? I'm not convinced it's paranormal. I think what might have happened is that person simply just walked over, placed that glass, and it's still swaying from just being placed there. Is this a ghost? As this gentleman is sitting in front of a camera, something looked like it was right behind him, peeking around that door frame. He thinks he sees or hears something, so he closes the door. But what's happening here? He keeps hearing something, so he keeps turning the camera over there and looking over there. He again moves the camera to try and capture what's behind him, and it peeks around the doorway. Then it crouches down and moves from left to right. The fact that this is so easy to recreate just makes me feel like this is just staged. He probably got his daughter to do something, or a niece or something like that, to do something behind him in that doorway. On top of all that, then you have the door flying open. I feel like they probably practiced multiple times. Not convinced it's real. Is this doll possessed? The doll in the foreground will start to just shift very slightly from left to right. The movement is very subtle, and you really have to watch it to see it. The lady has an EMF detector that she's using to try and communicate, and as we can see, it is flashing. However, the important thing about EMF detectors is you need to hold it very still. If you move it around as much as she moves it around, it's going to give off false signals. She is also moving her body, so I don't know if maybe her knee or her foot is bumping this doll, and she's not aware of that, and we can't see her legs to know whether or not that's what she's doing. I even fast forwarded the footage coming up here just to see if it's more obvious. So now we're just going to watch it at double the speed to see if we can detect those subtle movements a little bit better. And I don't know why there was that camera glitch that happened right there. So I don't know if this is really paranormal. I did a video on how to fake paranormal activity using dolls. So if you click on the card in the upper right hand corner, you'll see that video. Is this a poltergeist? As the light on the table to the left starts flickering, the light on the ceiling on the right starts swaying. Then on the left, we will suddenly see a cabinet door swing open. The light on the table stops flickering, but the ceiling light continues to sway. But interestingly enough, only one of the lights was swaying. So what would cause just the one light to sway and the others two not to sway? And what is causing the light on the table to flick on and off, on and off? And what causes that door to open on that cabinet? Is it poltergeist activity? Is it ghost? Is it staged? Or is this simply staged by using strings and rigging? My rule of thumb, if there's too much activity, it's probably fake. Is this doll haunted? At first glance, it looks like a doll, but I believe this is a puppet based on that wood crossbar that's sitting right there. So now my question is the puppet haunted or is it the puppeteer? But when the lights are out, that's when we will see movement. Suddenly, in the bottom middle of that container, an object moves. What is moving? And if it's behind glass, how is it moving? Is it simply a case of gravity, where something moves because it wasn't set up correctly? Or is the puppeteer back? Speeding it up and zooming in, I still can't tell exactly what's moving. Could there be a mouse or some other type of critter that moved that object? I'm sure that there's a way to fake this, but it's much more elaborate if it is being faked. I think this one might be real. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Is this door haunted? An interior door slowly starts to open. Is the door not level? Is gravity simply opening it? But now it's closing. What closed it? Is this dangerous? And now it's starting to open again. Well, what's going on? Who or what is messing with this door? Are they safe? Or is this gonna get worse? Or is this simply someone hiding off camera using a string to slowly open and close that door? Is the person in the same room as the camera operator or on the other side of the door? I have to say the door opening and closing isn't as scary to me as whatever that object is in that closet. The head of that above the white dress is incredibly creepy. That wide mouth head It's just creepy to me. I know it's pareidolia, but when I first looked at that, I was like, what is that thing wearing that white dress? It's just one of those weird optical illusions that when I first looked at the door, I was like, wait a minute, are they claiming that thing in that other closet is causing this door to open? But no, it's just, a dress on a hanger with some type of box or something like that on a shelf. But it did look initially like, whoa, that's creepy. Who or what is moving this doll? There is a small child playing on the floor on the left hand side, but I've cropped them out and we'll just focus on that doll that's sitting on the floor. Its head starts to move, and that one side lifts up that ponytail pretty high. Is this doll possessed? Haunted? Is this a poltergeist? It looks to me like string is being used to pull up that one ponytail, which causes the whole head and body to move slightly. And then when they let go of the string or lower the string, it just has that natural movement of returning due to gravity. So pretty sure this one is staged and a string is being used. Not haunted. What is this mysterious light? Suddenly we see this light with very mysterious movement, then it disappears. What is this light? It moves into frame from the top, and then it just wiggles around there on the left hand side before it moves back out of frame and disappears. Is it truly a flashlight? I am pretty sure that this is a bug. I think it's possibly a bug caught in a spider web. It's possible it is the spider, but maybe the legs are really small and we can't see them as well. But I think it's most likely a bug caught in a spider web. Not convinced it's paranormal. What caused these boxes to fall? On the right hand side we see a stack of boxes. These boxes will suddenly fall after someone leaves the room. So let's watch this footage. Right after this guy crosses in front of the cameras, behind him you'll see the boxes fall over. What caused them to fall over? Watch this guy's left hand as he walks towards the camera. Is it possible he has a string in his hand and he pulled on those boxes and that's what caused them to fall? Is it simply gravity? Or is there paranormal activity? I'm gonna call this one inconclusive because his body got in the way just as everything moved. What do you think on this one? Do you think it could be real? Or do you agree it's inconclusive? Let me know in the comments below. Is this the infamous Lady in White? We will see what looks like a lady in white walking down this road. The dress flows as she walks towards the camera. Is this a ghost? Is it demonic? Is it dangerous? Or is it simply a living human being that morphs and disappears? I can't say that a person in a white sheet is ever going to cause me to think it's a real ghost. I agree that it is creepy, but that is just somebody that ducks down, starts crawling on their hands and legs, and disappears behind a building. I have worn a sheet for Halloween before. It's possible they didn't even get on their hands and knees. Maybe just the shape of that building caused it to look that way. Either way, it's not paranormal. Is this a phantom in these woods? In the distance, we will suddenly see a misty figure on the left-hand side. Is it some type of phantom? What is this thing? Is this some type of an air condensation issue? Is it a ghost? Is it breath of air from the human being that's operating the camera? Is it a smudge on the lens? Is it AI or some type of editing trick? If I was to take this image and make it more transparent, add animation of movement, would I get a similar effect? Obviously it's not exact, but I wanted to show you how you could put any image into footage and it's not going to be exact. But I do like that little smokiness of the original footage. So I wonder if that's a modified video effect. Ghostly figure. They're using an app to look at their security footage, and it looks like somebody might be standing right there on the other side of that fence, and then they start walking. Is this someone trying to scope out the place to rob it? Exterior lights keep flicking on and off. What's causing that? First it occurs on the right-hand side, then it occurs on the left-hand side. Is there some force that's causing this to happen? Then, inside the house, we'll start seeing the lights inside that window turn on and off. Is there some type of electrical malfunction? Is there a problem with the electrical grid? Should an electrician be called or the Ghostbusters? I feel like all of this is just so easy to recreate by just flicking on and off light switches. Even if you have a motion light, you can turn those on and off. So this seems more staged to me and more of a hoax and creating paranormal activity, not capturing paranormal activity. Episode 109. What is this shadowy figure? As the camera points at this house and then elevates to the upper floor, we suddenly see what appears to be a shadowy figure in that upper left window. Is it a ghost? Is it paranormal? Is it dangerous or demonic? Or is it an optical illusion? A prank? A hoax? They run upstairs to investigate. What are they going to find? Are they safe? Or are they running into danger? So they finally get to the room where that shadowy figure supposedly was at, and they finally point the cameras towards those windows. And we don't see anything at all. But could it be a trick of the light in which the camera angle captures this wood or that column, that brick column, and that's actually what they caught. But the combination of the low light and the camera angle made it appear to be a being. What exactly did that camera capture? And where is it now? The angle doesn't seem right for it to have captured that wood or the post. So I don't think it's an optical illusion. It could be a prank or a hoax and a living person that's just messing with them. But this one is interesting to me that if it's not an editing trick and if it's not some type of a stunt, it could possibly be real. I'm just not sure on this one. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What is this mysterious figure? Suddenly, we will see this oddly shaped thing cross in front of the screen. Is it a cryptid? Is it dangerous? Is it a ghost? Is it demonic? Is it a cheap camera that's not able to focus on that object? Is it forced perspective, meaning the object is closer to the camera than we realize? What causes it to just suddenly appear? I'm pretty sure this is forced perspective, in which this is an owl that's swooping down with its talons down to catch something on the ground that it saw, and it simply flies into frame and flies out of frame very quickly. Is this the Grim Reaper? We will see motorcyclists or bicyclists very dangerously driving between the curb and that big rig. And at the back end of that big rig, there's something dark hanging off of it. And then tragedy strikes. Either the pedal or the back tire hit the curb and bounced that bicycle out from underneath him. But at the back of the truck, we see this black object just floating there by the back tire, almost like it's pacing back and forth. Is it the Grim Reaper? Is it demonic? Is it dangerous? Is it the Mothman? Is it just fabric? Is it part of the bicycle? Is it a bug on the lens? What do you think on this one? Let me know in the comments below. What's causing this balloon to bounce? In the center of this corridor, we will see an orange balloon that starts moving towards the camera. It will elevate in height and then sink back down. But in this creepy, slow manner, it keeps moving towards the camera. Is there a ghost child playing with that balloon? Is this a ghost clown's balloon? Or is it more sinister? As the balloon gets closer, they retreat back through the doorways, perhaps in an attempt to get away from it. But then it turns and starts coming in through the same door. What caused this balloon to do a 90-degree turn? Is it a combination of airflow from the vents and a vacuum where they've disrupted that air and caused it to turn 90 degrees. I feel like a scientist can explain this phenomenon, because even though it's creepy that it did that 90-degree turn, is it because there's airflow that blows through that doorway? I'm not convinced it's paranormal, but I would have run too. What are these ghostly figures? As we're watching this band perform, we will suddenly see mysterious figures walk back and forth in front of the camera and in front of the band. This is one of those where I totally don't understand why anybody thinks it's paranormal. We can already tell that this camera is a poor quality camera, and it's simply not picking up that those are human beings that are walking back and forth in front of this camera. Maybe if they were completely transparent, I might believe something, but they're totally blocking out the band when they walk by. So for this one, not paranormal, simply poor quality camera and human beings just walking by. But I will say this image here is a little bit freaky, but not transparent. Was this accident caused by a demon? As this car drives too fast on this road, ends up on the other side, and passes something that looks demonic. But was it? Is it the Grim Reaper? What caused this car to go from the left side of the road to the right side of the road to off the road? Is it simply centrifugal force? Was the driver distracted by that figure, and that's what caused them to go off the road? What part did that figure have in this accident? Or is this simply AI, computer graphics, and not a real dash cam? It is creepy, more so just because of the accident. The research I did says that they did survive, and the double image is due to the reflection of the windshield. Is this glass possessed? As this waitress is removing all of these dishes from this table, suddenly that glass she just touched moved. Did you see it? She did. Let's watch a little bit closer. It definitely moved a couple of inches. Did a ghost move it? Is it a poltergeist? Or is there a simpler explanation for it? Did she inadvertently bump the table with her leg, and there's condensation under that glass that caused it to move? And that's why the other bottle didn't move, is because there's no condensation underneath it? Is someone using a string or a magnet underneath the table to move it? I'm not sure on this one. I could see the potential for it to be recreated, but her reaction, even though it seems very calm and very subtle, she's still confused as to what happened there. But when she pulled it up, there seemed to be this moment where she had to pull it up twice, and that made me wonder if there was a magnet or string, and she immediately starts looking for the hidden cameras. What do you guys think on this one? Because it really is throwing me off. Let me know in the comments below. Is this a poltergeist moving this door? This interior door starts to open up wider. Is there some type of a draft or a vacuum that's doing this? Is there an air vent that causes the door to sway back and forth? Or is there something more sinister? Well, that sudden closing like that is definitely not a draft or a vacuum. Maybe if they had gotten up and pointed the camera on the other side of the door so we could see if there's somebody else there, I might be more open-minded to this being paranormal. But because they didn't, I'm pretty sure that's just a living person playing a prank. Or it's staged, just for a video. What is this thing walking on these clouds? As the camera points up at these clouds, it appears like there's two people walking on those clouds. Is this spiritual? Or is it space aliens? Is it cool? Or is it AI? My guess is it's AI. I'm not convinced it's real. But it's definitely cool. It could be pareidolia. I see a cat's face right there. What's the oddest thing you ever saw in the clouds? Is this paranormal? This hole that's in the middle of the street suddenly becomes more than what we anticipate. We will suddenly see what appears to be a person walking towards that hole. And then a major flash occurs. What just happened? Is this a septic pressure issue? And what appears to be a human being actually just a bug on the lens? Or is that a human being that just dropped something inside that hole that caused an explosion? And did they survive? I'm not an expert on explosions. It appears to be a real explosion. And my understanding is that when it whites out like that, it's an incredibly hot explosion. But again, I'm not an expert on explosions. So is it paranormal? Is it sabotage? Is it terrorism? Or is it a natural event that occurs in septic systems? And what is that thing that gets so close? This is a New York manhole explosion, and it's not producing that white hot flame. System in that city versus New York could be significantly different, and it's getting hotter, which causes that white flame. If it's AI, it's really good AI. Regardless of what it is, that is incredibly dangerous. Is this equipment possessed? As the camera walks through this exterior workout area, we suddenly see this one set of equipment operating with no one there. Is it a poltergeist that's doing this workout? Is the equipment haunted? Is it demonic? It's definitely dangerous because you could hurt yourself just trying to get close to it. And it's not the post that it's resting on because the one behind it is on the exact same post. Does this equipment use hydraulics and the hydraulics are malfunctioning? I feel like there might be a scientific explanation for this, but I'm not sure. What do you think? Let me know. Episode 110. Is this a ghost rider? As we watch this alleyway street, we see a car go through it, and then suddenly we will see a bicycle without a rider. Is it haunted? Is it possessed? Is it dangerous? Is it demonic? Is it a remote control? Is it a camera glitch known as a data mage, in which stationary cameras are so used to not seeing anything that the computer within it doesn't show everything? It's just one of those weird computer camera glitch combos. Is this the notorious Lady in White? For decades we've heard about the Lady in White, a bride rejected on her wedding day. She self-deletes and then haunts a road, a venue, a home. Or we hear stories about the Lady in White dying in a fire on her wedding night. Are these stories true? Well, they believe in this building they actually did capture a lady in white. We will suddenly see what appears to be someone in white walking across that balcony. We can tell that they are not transparent. So is it a ghost? Or is it something more sinister, like a demon? I'm not fully convinced it's a woman. It looks like to me a gentleman that practices Islam with the white, I'm going to call it a robe because I don't know what it is, the white hat, again I don't know what it's called, and a very long beard with a backpack on. And again, I apologize that I don't know what this attire is called. But it doesn't look like a lady in white to me. It just looks like a gentleman walking. Is this home haunted? As a camera is pointed at this door, they hear footsteps. They continue to record and capture footsteps. Now, supposedly, no one is in that room. But then things change. The door starts opening. Is this home haunted? Did a ghost open this door? Or did something more sinister, like a demon, haunt this place? Or is it simply rigged to open, staged? This person does not live alone. There is definitely a child in this home. So did they just hoax this and prank this with their child? Only they know. Is he talking to a ghost? As this gentleman is working with a grinder, he is suddenly distracted by something on his right. The security camera pointing in the area, all we see is a glowing light. But he starts having a full conversation with what looks like a glowing light. He even shakes its hand. What is he seeing that we're not seeing? Is that a drone? And he's talking to a drone because it has a camera on it? But why would he shake its hand? A hand a drone wouldn't have. He talks to this light for a couple of minutes. But what is it? After the exchange is over, security asks him who or what was he talking to. And he said, well, one of the fellow welders. And security showed him the footage, and he was shocked. Problem is, the welder that he was talking to died earlier that night. So is this a hoax, a prank, staged? Is it a camera glitch? I really want to believe this one is real. I'd like to think that that welder loved being a welder so much that he had to drop back by the shop before he passed on. Maybe the person that passed on was concerned about the project and wanted to see that it was in good hands before they passed on. And yes, I'm very much aware how easy it would be to fake this through AI, editing tricks, etc. But sometimes beautiful gestures are just beautiful gestures, and I don't need to analyze it further. Is this doll possessed? As this person is talking into the camera, we will see a doll's leg suddenly move behind her. Is the doll possessed? Is it dangerous? Is she safe? Or is there a simpler explanation for this movement? Such as there's something behind her chair like a jacket that kind of swung around because she's moving quite a bit. Did that sleeve of that jacket hit that doll? Is there an air vent on the ceiling or on the floor or on the wall next to that doll, and that's what's causing it to move? Because I cannot see the entire environment, I'm not sure for sure on this one, but I'm leaning to it not being paranormal because there's too many other factors that could be a natural cause to it. Is this a witch? As this camera is pointing around at this environment, we will suddenly see a dark-haired person in the bottom left corner of our screen. Is she living or is she dead? Is she a witch or in a costume? I'm sorry, you basically are in a crowded environment with many different people. You're swinging the camera around in poor light, and you're trying to make this person look like a monster. Just because someone may look different in poor quality light doesn't make them a demon. It doesn't make them a witch. It's sad to me that people think because someone looks different that automatically makes them a monster, a witch, a demon. This is not paranormal. It's just sad. What is this shadowy figure? As the camera is pointed out a window into another window, we suddenly see this black blob that morphs into different shapes and sizes. Is it a shadow person? Is it something dangerous or demonic? Or is it simply camera, lights, angle, and reflection of two windows that's causing this morphing figure? Well, apparently they decided to go over to that room to further investigate, and as they turn this corner, they suddenly see what appears to be a shadow figure standing in the room. Is it really a shadow person? Or is it someone in a costume? Are they dangerous, demonic, or a living threat. This is bizarre enough and freaky enough to be real, but I'm just not convinced it is real. I can see how that first clip is just reflection and angles with a camera, and then this one, I can just see how it could be a living person in a costume. What do you think on this one? Let me know in the comments below. What is this flying figure? As these people are hanging out in this jungle near this river, we will suddenly have the camera start pointing up towards the top of the trees. And then we see multiple flying figures cross in front of us. What are those things? This is such a bizarre clip. It almost looks like a bicyclist or motorcycle that just flew off a ramp in the beginning. And are they doing some type of stunt and jumping over that ravine? Are they parachuters? Or wearing flight suits? And of course the footage is incredibly grainy, so it completely distorts whatever images we're looking at to make it look even more creepy. Or is it simply a large bird? There are birds that can fly with an 8-foot wingspan, so it's possible this is just a couple of birds chasing after each other, or flocking together. The footage is just too grainy to know for sure, so it's inconclusive, and I'm not going to assume it's paranormal. Is this trespasser a ghost? As this lady is speaking on the phone on her back porch, suddenly her back door, she immediately starts to panic, but she can't get in. It's locked itself. Instead of continuing to hold her phone, she drops it and runs to a different door to see if she can get in. The person on the phone keeps talking to her, but she's not responding, so they're becoming more and more afraid. She comes in through this door, but does not shut this door, and it shuts itself. She starts to run when she realizes that door closed by itself, and then apparently the doorbell starts to ring. My instinct is to hold on to my phone, not drop it. And then when I come in through the door, I'm going to not only close that door, I'm going to lock it behind me. Then I'm going to go check throughout the house to see if anything came in. So my instinct and her instinct is so different. I don't know what to say on this one. What's going on with this footage? So this person is sitting here playing with a keyboard, and then all of a sudden they'll hear something that freaks them out and startles them. They move the keyboard out of the way, they grab the camera, and they start moving throughout the house. In this room, did they catch a cat on a shelf near the ceiling and a shadow person in the corner? Well, the camera almost immediately moves off that shadow figure, and now we don't know where we're at and where we're going, and apparently they've never heard of lights. So now we're just looking around in a room with very dim lights. So now that thing in the corner looks like a bookshelf with a plant on top of it. So now we slowly move into this other room that doesn't have any lights on, but fortunately when they get closer, they do find the light switch. Yeah, I don't know what we're looking at other than stuff on the floor. It looks like maybe something fell. Vibration can be doing that, or you didn't place the object correctly, causes things to fall. Gravity is a hoarder. She pulls everything back down to earth. You know, unless you live in a haunted house and you have this type of activity all the time, the average person's instinct is to not grab their phone and record. You know, that whole instinct of flight, fight, or freeze. Nowhere in that does it say, grab a phone and record. However, I would really like to see scientists examine this newer generation that is so attached to being on social media and being, attached to their phone all the time, that perhaps for them, an instinct is to record. But I feel like somebody who has that instinct can actually cause the phone footage to be less grainy, less blurry. You know, clean, clear, focused footage. And that's not what we're watching. Is this ghost stalking this band? This footage has been sped up because they have been playing for quite some time. But suddenly, on the right hand side, we will see what appears to be a woman looking out from behind that TV. She has an unusual gray pallor. The pallor of her face could be caused by lighting, shading, the makeup she's wearing, and it could also be simply a costume that she's wearing, part of a disguise, or, an event that she's participating in. It also looks like there shouldn't be room behind that TV. However, it's possible there is. It also appears that she shouldn't be able to fit behind that television. But I actually think the TV is angled in such a way that she can fit back there. So I think this is just a living person, and I think the camera angle, the lighting, it's all making it look like she's a horrific monster, but she's not. It's just a living person that managed to squeeze behind that TV, and she's enjoying herself and having fun. She has one of the best seats in the house. It could be their manager, a girlfriend, anybody that's used to being behind the scenes. So I'm not convinced that this is anything paranormal. I think it's just one of those weird lighting things. Is this Mickey possessed? This happens very quickly, in which this door will suddenly slide open by some type of creature or something behind it. What is that thing that just looked at us? Zooming in, looking closer. And what do we see? Mickey Mouse, or Minnie Mouse, but I think it's Mickey. This takes on a whole new meaning for the term animation when it comes to Mickey Mouse. So we have basically a person sitting on the floor behind that closet door, holding on to a Mickey Mouse doll and sliding the door open and sticking Mickey's head and hand out of the crack. Prank hoax stage, not real. You can shop at echopearlcreations.com, which is the official website for Paranormal True or False. You can go to producerjimriley.com to learn more about the man that makes all the music for this channel. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Remember to question everything. Thanks for watching Paranormal. True or false?